Just have a quick look over the question. Following data is available in respect of process 2. Okay. Directly they have jumped to process 2. Okay. Yeah. For the month of March 2015. Opening WIP. So this WIP, this opening WIP was obviously closing WIP in the first process. And now it has become opening WIP in the second process. Okay, na? Yeah. So how much it is? 2000 units and the cost of this is 2000 units and the cost is 8000 rupees. Next, input raw material. So this will be debit to my, obviously, yeah. ये भी debit side में जाएगा. This will be also debit. How much? 13,000 units and cost is 39,750. So students, it clearly means आपका जो total raw material input है वो 15,000 है. 13 of this current process and 2 of the last process which you have carried forward here now. Okay, so total is 15. Don't forget that. Next, direct wages. So direct wages debit, production overheads is manufacturing overheads debit. Units scrapped. Okay, so this is a scrap loss. Kitna? 1000. Okay. Units transferred to next process. Okay. So transferred to next process is 12,000. Closing WIP is how much? 2000. Okay. Yeah. Now see the degree of completion is given to you. Degree of complication nahi hai, wo completion hai. There's a misprint in the question. Now see the degree of completion. Now students be attentive. Opening stock कितना है? 100 60 60. ठीक है, अभी ध्यान से सुनो. ये 100, ये 60 और ये 60. Now this opening stock, opening WIP, जो which is a closing WIP of the last process. तो in the process 2 इसको मैं finished goods में convert करूंगी. समझ में आया? तो इसका डिग्री ऑफ कंप्लीशन कितना है? 100%. तो अभी इन प्रोसेस 2 आई विल नॉट कन्वर्ट द रॉ मटेरियल कन्वर्ट नहीं होगा, तो 0. ठीक है. लेबर, हाउ मच लेबर वाज कंप्लीटेड लास्ट प्रोसेस? 60. तो अभी ये प्रोसेस में और कितना लेबर कंप्लीट करोगे तुम? 40%. ओके. सेम फॉर ओवरहेड्स, 40%. सो दिस इज द डिग्री ऑफ कंप्लीशन. 0 40 40. For what? For opening stock of WIP. Then closing stock of WIP 100 80 80. ये तो डिग्री ऑफ कंप्लीशन है फॉर प्रोसेस 2. अब ये जब प्रोसेस 3 में जाएगा तब ये ओपनिंग WIP बनेगा और वहां पे ये हो जाएगा 0 20 20. समझ में आया एवरीवन? डिग्री ऑफ कंप्लीशन इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन? ओपनिंग स्टॉक, व्हाई इज इट 0 40 40? Acknowledge it in the chat box. Is it clear? These things are very important. Opening stock of WIP in the current process, that is process 2. Degree of completion is 100 60 60. Okay, तो और incomplete कितना है? 0 40 40. तो वो incomplete इस process में complete हो जाएगा. जो लास्ट प्रोसेस का इनकम्प्लीट था वो इस प्रोसेस में कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. व्हाट आर वी स्टार्टिंग? इक्विवेलेंट प्रोसेस क्वेश्चन. व्हाट इज इट ऑल अबाउट? टू कंप्लीट द इनकम्प्लीट. ओके, या इट मींस दैट. ओके, सो नॉर्मल लॉस इज हाउ मच? 5% of total input. Okay, so let us see when we calculate that. Scrap value is 4 rupees बोला है per unit. And the company is going to follow FIFO method of inventory valuation. Okay, fine. So क्या बनाना है? Step 1, equivalent production, statement of equivalent production. Step 2, cost per equivalent unit. And step 3, value of WIP and units transferred to next process. Step 1, step 2, step 3 is asked, and they have also asked you to prepare a process account and a abnormal gain or a loss account. Okay, so yeah, let us start. Make this step 1 right now. Step 1, yeah, write this step 1, statement showing equivalent production. Okay, particulars, input column, particulars column, quantity column, मतलब output column, then material, labor, overheads. Okay. Now input WIP. I mean there are two raw materials ना, एक जो closing था वो इस साल opening बन जाएगा, so that will also be converted into output. Yeah, so 2000 opening WIP, output 2000. ठीक है. Next, what is the degree of completion? I just discussed with you. 0, 40, 40. So 2000 ka 0 is, quantity will be 0. Next, 2000 ka 40% is how much? 800. So right here, 800. Okay. Next, raw material input. How much? 13,000. Okay. Now this 13,000 of raw material input will combine my finished goods, WIP, normal loss, and abnormal loss. Okay. Start. Okay. Now students listen. Huh? I don't know my finished goods, so I'm keeping this blank right now. But I know my, so finished goods, abhi you don't fill finished goods. Just fill. Yeah, I'll show you what to do. Okay. Yeah. Just fill how much? Just fill your opening WIP. That's it. Finished goods keep blank because we don't know how much is finished goods. Keep it blank. हमें पता ही नहीं है कितना finished goods convert हुआ. Okay. Next, come to WIP. How much? 2000. It's given. And WIP ka degree of completion is 100%, 80%, 80%. Okay. So 2000 ka 100% is 2000. Okay. 2000. 2000 ka 80% is 1600. If you can do it orally, well and good. Otherwise, Calcito is there for us. 2000 ka 80%, 1600. Okay. Then normal loss. Normal loss kitna bola hai? It is, normal loss is how much? 5% of total input. Input kitna hai? 15,000. 15,000 का 5% कितना होता है? कैलकुलेट करो. 15,000 का 5% is how much? 750. So write here 750. Input quantity is 15,000. This total. इसका 5%. इसका 5% is what? Normal loss. Okay, so that comes to 750. ठीक है? Yeah. Normal loss, I told you, it is not a part of output. So it is not contributing in the making of the output. So you will not calculate it. Next. Now normal loss is how much? Abhi mila na apne ko. How much is normal loss? We got normal loss 750. But question to bolta hai normal loss 1000 hai. Question is saying normal loss is 1000. That means the difference of 250 is abnormal loss. Okay. Yeah. Is that clear? Abnormal loss concept is clear to everyone? Acknowledge it in the chat box. So abnormal loss is how much? 250. How do you get this 250? Normal loss is given in the question. Unit scrap, 1000 units. And they have said normal process loss is 5% of the input. So my input is how much? 15,000. 15,000 ka 5% is 750. But the question is telling ki unit scrap is 1000. So the difference of 250 is nothing but your abnormal loss. Okay. And abnormal loss ka degree of completion is given. 100%, 70%, 70%. Okay. Yeah. So calculate. 250 का 70%, 175 units. See? Okay? Right? Next. Now we know one thing, that input is always equal to output. Yeah, ये तो मुझे पता है. Input is always equal to output. मतलब even this has to be 15,000. Okay, so go reverse. So when you go reverse, plus will become minus and minus will become plus. So 15,000 minus 250 minus 750 minus 2,000 minus 2,000. So 10,000. So finished goods is how much? 10,000. Okay. Am I clear about this? Is it clear? Just acknowledge it in the chat box. Is it clear? Finished goods is how much? Okay. You can further cross check your answer. Ki this finished goods, what you got 10,000 is right or wrong. You can further check. You know how? Yeah, look here. ये दिख रहा है आपको 13,000 यूनिट्स. हाँ, 13,000 में से 2,000 माइनस करो 11,000. 11,000 में से 1,000 माइनस करो 10,000. Is this clear? Because ये जो है it is combination of this 13,000. Okay, so this is one way of doing it, and the other way of verifying your answer is this technique. Okay, so you should know both the techniques obviously, because you should be double sure about your answer always. तो समझ में आया ना? Clear ना? Yeah, so this is the highlight, and you can double check this. Okay, and this is always assumed to be 100%, 100%, 100%. So 10,000 ka 100% is 10,000, 10,000 and 10,000. Okay, so now total it becomes 12,250. Next 10,000 plus 800 plus 1,600 plus 175, 12,575. Okay, next also same answer, 12,575. So this completes my step 1. Okay, then step 2. Step 2 is what? Calculating the rate, that is cost per unit, that is cost price. So how will you get the cost price? Yeah, use this formula. Yeah. Cost divided by EP, that is quantity. Amount divided with quantity gives me rate. Same way, amount means cost. Okay, quantity means EP and rate means CPU. Okay, so how much is my material? Material कितने में लिया मैंने? 39,750, right? But इसके साथ loss भी तो हुआ है, scrap loss हुआ है ना? हाँ. उतना रद्दी, I can say रद्दी, I mean it's called actually scrap is nothing but you know, scrap is something that you sell and you recover in exchange, you recover money out of it. But it is not as good as trading because it's not on selling price basis, it is on scrap value basis. Okay, so how did you get this? Yeah, 750 is my normal loss, and the rate per unit is 4 rupees. Okay, so 750 into 4 rupees is 3000. So to that extent मेरा cost कम हो गया. That is why it is second. So now ये material मुझे कितने में पड़ा? 36,750. I had got it for 39,750, but I was lucky enough to sell the scrap, and out of that scrap I could make a money of 3,000. So मेरा cost factor has reduced. 36,750. Okay. Labor material is already given in the question. Yes. 25,150 and 12,575. Okay. So write it here. Divided with the equivalent production. This, which you got from step 1. You got this answer from step 1. Substitute it and then divide it. 36,750 divided by 12,250. So my answer is 3 rupees per unit. Next, 25,150 divided by 12,575. My answer is 2 rupees. And last one is 1 rupee. So total मेरा cost price कितना है? 3 plus 5, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 1, 6. Okay, 6 rupees is my total cost. Is this clear? Step 2 is also clear, students. Just acknowledge it in the chat box. Should write it like this. I generally forget to underline. I should underline also. So step two is also done. Now come to step 3. Now step 3 mein what are you going to calculate? Whatever is there in your step 1. See, step 1 में क्या क्या है? WIP, so इसका वैल्यू मुझे चाहिए, फिनिश गुड्स का वैल्यू मुझे चाहिए, क्लोजिंग WIP का वैल्यू चाहिए, एबनॉर्मल लॉस का वैल्यू चाहिए. नॉर्मल लॉस तो मेरे पास है. So this is what you are going to calculate in step 3. Okay, so start with step 3, WIP. Okay, WIP. How will you get the value? Value कैसे मिलता है? Quantity multiplied with rate. Okay, everything you will get from step 1. WIP कितना है? 0, 800, 800. See. Okay, yeah. So right here. See quantity में 0, 800, 800. CPU we just got 3, 2, 1. Multiply 0 into 3, 0. 800 into 2, 1600. 800 into 1, 800. So what is the total value? 2400. Okay. Done? Chalo. Next. Finished goods. Go to step 1. Finished goods कितना है? 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Okay. So write it down. WIP के बाद next finished goods. Quantity is how much? 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. CPU is how much? 3, 2, 1. Calculate the value. Multiply it. Okay. 10 threes are 30,000. 10 twos are 20. 10 ones are 10. So total is how much? 60. Okay. Total is how much? 60. Is this clear? Okay. Just make a note of all these things. Yeah. First step in, WIP and finished goods. Okay. Next, WIP. Okay. Same quantity multiplied with rate. So what is the quantity? Check in step 1. So quantity is 2000, 1600 and 1600. Okay. So let us take this. 2000, 1600, 1600 and multiplied with the rate. So 2000 into 3 is 6. 1600 into 2 is 3200. 1600 into 1 is 1600. Total 6000 plus 3200 plus 1600 is how much? 10,800. Okay. Similarly, abnormal loss. Abnormal loss ka what is the breakup? 250, 175 and 175. Okay. So write it here. 250, 175, 175 and multiply it with the rate. So actually what you are doing, step 1 multiplied with step 2 and you are getting step 3. Okay, simple as that. 250 into 3 is 750. 175 into 2 is 350. 175 into 1 is 175. 750 plus 350 plus 175 is how much? 1275. Okay, done. So my values of the respective WIP finished goods opening closing sub मुझे मिल गया है. ठीक है? Yeah. Now students listen one thing. Yeah. This plus this. I repeat. ये जो opening WIP है ये current year में finished goods बनता है. Current year बोलो या current process बोलो. This opening WIP was last a closing WIP of process 1, or you can take example last year or last month it was closing WIP, which is now opening WIP. That means in this year or in this process ये opening WIP बनेगा मेरा finished goods. तो ये expected output था, semi finished था, जो भी ये साल या ये अकाउंट में in this process account it is a finished goods. So don't you think I will add to this 60,000 plus 2,400 मेरे cost बढ़ेगा इससे finished goods का? Obviously yes. Correct? Do you agree to this? Acknowledge it in the chat box. Now make a process account. Make a process account. Right? Yeah. So opening WIP, debit. Raw material input, debit. Wages, debit. Overheads, debit. Okay. Next. Credit, normal loss. Yeah. 750 into 4, 3000 is my revenue. Then come to finished goods. Okay. Fine. Finished goods कितना था? हाँ, आप बोलोगे मैम finished goods तो 10,000 है. ये देखो. Yeah, finished goods as per step 1 is 10,000. But just now I gave you one logic. What logic did I give you? That this 2000 is actually finished goods in the process 2 account. तो ये दोनों add होके कितना हो जाएगा? 12,000 हो जाएगा. 10 plus 2 it will be 12,000. Is the logic clear? So यहाँ पे आएगा 12,000. Okay, why 12,000? Why 12,000? 10,000 finished goods plus 2,000 का opening WIP जो कि इस साल बन जाएगा finished goods. It will get converted into finished goods. Okay, and what will be the cost? Yeah, cost I will calculate. Working note number 1. Please do this working note. Working note number 1. So yeah, write it down. Opening WIP cost is how much? 8,000. Okay, then finished goods. opening WIP. Okay, please write it like this. Yeah, opening WIP converted into finished goods. इसका आंसर कितना है 2400 एंड ओनली फिनिश्ड गुड्स. इसका आंसर कितना था 60,000. सो इसको टोटल करो. ओके, सो 70,400. दिस इज माय आंसर. 70,400. Okay, so write it here. Working note number 1. Then WIP 2000. Closing WIP 2000 and value is 10,800. Abnormal loss 250 and value is 1275. And obviously this account should tally. Your debit and credit side amount should tally. Okay. Now in this there is a slight variation which I will show you. Yeah, that is abnormal. Okay, yeah, I'll come to that. I'm making an abnormal loss account. See how do I treat it? That is very important. How am I treating it? Yeah. So abnormal loss account. Okay. So abnormal loss. इसका second effect इधर आएगा 250 and 1275. So to process two account 250 and 1275. Okay, don't forget this. This is process. Name of the process is process 2. Okay, ये हो गया. Then you assume it to be sold in cash. I hope if you remember your SY BAF. Yeah, assume it to be sold in cash. कितना 250. But at which value? Obviously scrap value. Okay, so 250 into 4. 250 into 4 is the scrap value. तो कितना आएगा 1000. Okay, that's it. Now close this. Yeah. See the difference? 250 ये tally हो जाएगा. The quantity column will tally, but the amount column will not tally. 1275, and there is a difference of 275, which will go to costing P&L, CPL account. Okay? Am I clear about this? समझ में आया? So this is what they had told you to prepare. A process account and a abnormal loss account. Gain तो है ही नहीं सब में, तो ठीक है. This is the quantity column. This is the amount column. Quantity column, amount column. Okay, particulars. Okay. Am I clear about it? So this is the whole sum. Samjha? Just acknowledge it in the chat box. Okay, don't forget वो opening WIP, which is getting converted into finished goods in the current year or in the current process.